Hello, how you doing, random stranger? Welcome back to another Houseki no Kuni manga reading. A pretty special one because this one marks really the first official foray into the complete unknown, and I've been anticipating this for a while. So, to recap, Phos has been learning more about Sensei's hidden secrets, and as a result is questioning more and more basically the meaning of their entire existence and of their societies as well. They made an overture to Cinnabar to join them, and I remain unconvinced that Cinnabar will find it in themselves to actively help Phos expose Sensei, even though that would be a dream come true for me, because like from the beginning I've always had a soft spot for the relationship between those two underdog gems. But I just think Cinnabar is too smart for their own good, and they won't be so um willing to jump into what is essentially almost like a kamikaze quest. Phos, however, seems pretty confident that Cinnabar will make up their mind to join their side, so I guess we will see. The gem who is willing to help, though, is the one that didn't actually appear in the anime except for like 2 seconds in the background, and that is Ghost Quartz. I'm really enjoying getting to know this gem, and they seem like a really sweet, quiet type who is suffering in silence because of the loss of their partner, Lapis Lazuli. I mean, like, okay, most of the gems are suffering due to loss or PTSD or both, and they all kind of express their pain in different ways. The fascinating thing about Ghost, though, is the other piece of gem that is inside them. And thank you to all of you in the comments who clarified that that gem is not actually Lapis Lazuli, but another gem who idolized Lapis, which explains why they made Ghost, impulsively jump onto the Lunarian to check if Lapis was there. So I do hope we get to find out more about who this mysterious piece gem is. But yeah, by the end of the last volume, Ghost for some reason proactively asked to partner up with Phos, and they share this really cute but also really sad bonding moment where they bond over how stupid they both think themselves to be. And in a show of real character development, when Ghost is like, I wish, I could change, or maybe I should change, Phos advises them against that. And I mean, that's sound advice, because when Phos said that, I imagine they were probably speed running through all of the traumatic experiences, at least the ones that they still remember, which is probably not a whole lot. Of losing limbs, of being swallowed up by a giant slug, losing Antark, and just going through the seismic emotional adjustment that comes with being forced to change very quickly and under immense pressure. And so I really hope that Phos doesn't end up losing Ghost as well, because they're already so broken. But I also know that we're still very early on in Phos's journey to, I don't know, call it enlightenment, or to the ultimate place of pain. So, yeah, I don't know. I like that Ghost is partnering up with Phos, but I also am very cautious of where it's going. The last bit of recap has to do with Sensei, who has been raking off tiny slivers of himself in order to drive away the Lunarians. Now, I've been doing some wild theorizing in between since the last reaction, and I want to bring up a few interesting comments that helped trigger some thoughts. So from Danny12, so they're talking about the scene where Sensei is dropping parts of himself into the ocean and then closing up his wound, or like the crack on his arm, and then him saying that he's tired. So they wrote, I saw it more as him regenerating himself and saying the reason he was tired all the time was because the regeneration took a lot out of him, because he'd have to regen after each use. Yeah, I did think a lot about why he says he's so sleepy all the time. Oh, oops. Um, and I agree that it's potentially linked to how much he has to repair himself after each battle with the Lunarians. So I figured, and I'm guessing here, that he dropped the bits of him into the ocean because for whatever reason he can't, or he's unable to just grab a pot of Retiel's glue, say, and put himself back together again like the normal way. So whatever he does to himself is irreparable, and the only way to hide the blemish is to squeeze shut the crack, which is sort of what it looks like he was doing. I also did do some digging into like real life diamond treatments to see if there were any parallels there. But yeah, I'll read another related comment from Barry Mckokiner first, and then I'll get into what I found. So from Barry, they're talking about how Sensei also, forces the break on the surface of his arm shut. How he does this is a mystery, as is why he hides the fragments in the first place. Maybe he doesn't want any of the other gems to see that he can in fact break, keeping up the appearance of an unblemished leader or father. Or he hides them to keep his method of attack secret from the gems so they don't try to replicate it. About him being sleepy all the time, I'm interested to hear if you have any ideas as to why he's always so tired. Maybe he doesn't get enough sun. Yeah, so I'm glad that you guys brought up the whole repairing the crack thing and the being sleepy, because I do think the two are linked. Essentially, I think the way that Sensei closes up the cracks is by applying a lot of pressure, like an immense amount of pressure to seal them off, or at least to make them invisible to the naked eye. And as a result of applying pressure, it somehow results in him becoming more opaque. Or, in other words, he's less able to filter or transmit light. And given how light seems to be, the gem's source of food and energy, that reduction in his ability to transmit light makes him more tired the more times he subjects himself to that process. So that is my wholly unscientific take on what is happening. But the reason I do think that is because the only real life thing that sounded like a potential inspiration is this diamond treatment called HPHT, or high pressure, high temperature treatment, which is when, as the name suggests, a diamond is artificially subjected to extreme heat and pressure to recreate the conditions similar to what it was like when it was forming deep in the Earth's surface. And what happens is that the diamond is essentially returned to its original form. It becomes stronger and the color becomes clearer. And interestingly, I also read that if HPHT is applied to a diamond with, minor fractures or inclusions, i.e. Sensei, the pressure converts those inclusions into graphite. So you end up with a more opaque diamond that is less able to transmit light. It's also interesting that HPHT can only be done to a very small minority of diamonds, because if you do it to a diamond that has too many fractures or inclusions, it just shatters under the pressure, which, if we're going to run with this, right, suggests that Sensei only has so many times he can repair himself without also destroying himself. Yeah, I don't know if any of that is relevant at all to what Sensei is doing. It might not be at all. And I'd love to hear from those of you who may have a better grasp of gem chemistry. In any case, what Sensei is doing is definitely not something he wants known generally by his gem kids, except for Phos, for some strange reason. As I said last time, the fact that he revealed the secret to Phos and only Phos was surprising to me, given he also knows that Phos is the one digging into the Lunarians and what their deal is. So, but he's not doing anything really to stop them. Yeah, that weird dynamic between Sensei and Phos is something I'm looking forward to unpacking more fully, hopefully, in these next couple of chapters. Okay, guys, let's jump into volume 6 of Land of the Lustrous. I am listening to the Skyrim Exploration Suite, in case any of you were wondering, which I feel matches perfectly this very mysterious and kind of ominous story we're going to be continuing. Okay, I've got the cover page up. Phos is, you know, on one hand, they are the same, like they've sort of got the same cheekiness still, but just even looking at them now, it's like they've grown into this adolescent that I cannot recognize. It's a little bit sad, but that's life, isn't it? Okay, so is that Antark? That is definitely Antark. Also because you've got the spiky things in the back that look like the ice floes that they were getting rid of in winter. Oh man, does that mean that Antark is gonna appear in this volume? Probably just as a flashback, right? Like Foster's conscience. That the other gem on the right looks like Morga. Yeah, and then the one down the bottom, not sure who that is. Is that got green hair? Is that watermelon? Don't know. At least Foss is still smiling. That's a good sign, right? Says the delusional person who wants to believe that this story is going to have a happy ending. Okay, Land of the Lustrous, Volume 6, Haruko Ichikawa. What is that? It's like a little platform. Is that the platform that Sensei meditates on? I don't know. Okay, here we go. Character introductions. I guess we'll go from left to right, top to bottom. Phosphophylite. What is that? Their left arm is just turned into a lump. I guess it's hard to maintain the shape of a normal arm. I don't know. The hero of our story will hopefully keep up the good fight. I mean, yeah, the quest for truth is always an admirable but a very difficult one. Yellow Diamond, eldest of all the gems, no longer cares about the fuzziness of old memories. That's sad. That's new too. I guess, what can you do though, right? Like, given they've been around for so long, obviously they would have been in many fights and lost bits of themselves and just can't remember what happened so long ago. And if you let that bother you, I guess you'd kind of go insane, but you'd have to be insane for all eternity. So the only other alternative is to just accept it. God, that's depressing. Antarctica, there they are. Oh. Are we going to the moon this volume? Mostly on the moon might look like this now. We can't deny the possibility. That's a little fluffy shitter with Antarc's glaive. That is a funny and also a really cruel description. Oh, that's brutal. Diamond with the rainbow reflections. So they're hugging the shitter like puppy. Very cute and relatively strong. Idol of all the gems. That doesn't seem to be a very strong idol culture in gem society, but if they did have one, Dai would be at the top of the food chain, the idol food chain. Bought the battle geek, the standard, secretly takes pleasure in going to the pond to set a new record for number of jellyfish wrapped in a gem's hair. what? Okay. Oh, by the way, that jellyfish rearing diary, I've heard whispers in the wind that that was actually written by Bort, which, if true, would be should be made one of the wonders of the world. And this sort of gives lie to that theory. Number of jellyfish wrapped in a gem's hair. Man, they're all weird little nerds, aren't they? Cinnabar, living as solitarily as ever and excreting venom as usual. Whoever wrote this, I mean, I know Ichikawa wrote this, but whoever, is doing these descriptions is super brutal. Rutiel, the renowned doctor who has recently been faced with an unending series of new medical challenges. It's stressful. They do handle the stress very well, though. I guess they kind of release that stress by dissecting their fellow gem brothers whenever they want to and without any consent forms. We all have to survive some way, right? Euclase, good at math. Again, that's sort of like the standard boilerplate when it comes to Euclase. With Bort, it's a battle geek, and with Uke, it's good at math. Can recite any gem's age to the day on command. Yep. Jade works hard to this day, will most likely continue to work hard. Isn't that just sort of a good descriptor of most all of the gems? Like whatever chosen field or profession or specialty they've selected to focus on, they will do that, and they will do that forever, and it makes sense for them to just keep going to be immortal. Zircon continues to strive to the utmost. Yep. So Jade will continue to work hard, and Zircon will continue to strive to be better. Oh, that is a new one. Hemimorphite. Hardness of 5. Okay, so it's like sort of in the middle. The hope of the younger generation, trying to decide which of the elders is best to emulate. Oh, I love that they all have their own personal shit or puppy, except for Bort. No, not Bort. Sorry, except for Phos and Cinnabar, of course. Ghost Quartz. Actually, no. Back to the deciding which of the elders is best to emulate. If they ever came to me for advice, I would definitely say go with yellow. Like, I think yellow is chill, has kind of accepted their fate, is the most experienced, is so kind. Yeah, definitely yellow. Ghost Quartz, a quiet gem who does many inexplicable things, has a body made of more than one crystal. A quiet gem who does many inexplicable things. I feel like that is the definition of a genius. Even though last volume they said that they're scared that Lapis hasn't come back yet because of how stupid they are, which is so weird and so heartbreaking. Watermelon Tourmaline. Again, another gem that I really wanted to find out more about that we didn't get to see in the anime. Hardness 7.5. Sweet Melon. Generally a laid back gem, but becomes electrified when surprised, scared, or otherwise stressed out. Ah, interesting. Electrified as in... I'll have to look up the gemology after this. I don't know what that is based on, but interesting. Peridot. In charge of making paper. More mature than the elder yellow. What? Have we... Okay, I'm pretty sure we also haven't seen Peridot either, at least not in any meaningful way. Oh, I love how we're getting a couple of newer gems, lesser known gems. I wonder if any of them are actually the gem that is part of Ghost Quartz. Sphen, hardness of 5. In charge of industrial arts and design. Sparkles like nobody's business but prefers a quiet, steady profession. Interesting. So, industrial arts and design. I guess different to Red Beryl, who takes care of like fashion design. Congo Sensei also sleeping with his own Shido puppy. Hardness, still a question mark. Shrouded in mystery, you won't discover the important details that easily. This is so... Oh, man. They know exactly what they're doing there. I mean, Ishikawa probably knows that it's driving us insane not knowing the connection Sensei has with the Lunarians, not knowing what his actual material is, where he came from, why he's so strong, all of that. Okay, contents. Chapter 37 instead. 38 Ghost Quartz. So we get another ghost focused chapter. I am all for that. Self-Admonition. Okay, so it sounds like that would be Phos, I guess, blaming themselves, I'm guessing. Chapter 40. A name. Scene explosion. The game board. Shortcut. Land of the lucky sightings. As with everything else in this manga, just those titles, very tantalizing. Okay, let's jump into chapter 37 instead. And that's right, we have Phos being smashed by the Lunarians. Okay, this is a great start. That's not good. I mean, understatement of the century, right? Oh my gosh, poor ghost. Phos? Just kidding. No problems here. I'm totally fine. I can just connect my two halves with this alloy and pull myself back together. Oh, they can do that? I guess the alloy runs throughout their entire body and it's malleable, so... Oh, wow. Come on. Oh my gosh. So, basically they've been vivisected into 2 parts and they can still control the alloy even if they've been separated? Wow. Huh? Okay then. I'll do it by hand. This is insane. Okay, I guess because the inclusions are in the general vicinity of each other and so they can still sort of communicate with each other. I don't know what's happening. You're kidding. What is that? Okay, so they can't form the shape. No way, no way, no way, no way. No way, I can't move my alloy. Okay, something has gone wrong. They used to be able to do it, but for some reason they can't do this anymore. Okay, so they've collected a leg. Oh my, this is so insane. Just like having Phos's lower torso, lower half just being completely separated. What? Okay, so They've put... Wait. Whose hand is on that face? What? Okay, here we go, ghost. No, you don't. That's heavy. They're trying to get Phos's torso out of the way. This is bad. This is real bad. That's an awful lot of arrows. If this goes on too long, they'll beat us. Don't act up today, please. I won't. Oh, they're talking to the gem inside, who I think Ghost described them as kind of impulsive and often acts like against what they want to do. Okay, so they're being cooperative here. That's good. Yeah, they're reading you. You're too slow. I know, stop nagging me. It's been a while, okay? Behind you. Oh, that's very useful in combat, like having an extra set of eyes or senses to sort of guide you. Oh my gosh, they're reaching for Phos's upper half now. They need backup. The backup needs backup. Oh, there goes the arm. Did they just grab the arm with... What is that weapon? It's like a staff with a whip on the end? Okay. Change of plans. Trying to outlast them, eh? Pain in the... We have to get them to drop Phos's lower half first. Well, I can think of one way to distract them. Yeah, I know. Oh no. Are they gonna sacrifice themselves or... They're gonna sacrifice a part of their hand. Oh no. They're like all shiny. Oh man, Ghost. Okay, so they've sliced a bit off where Phos's torso was. Aha, nice. So basically a hand for a torso is the exchange. Phos is gonna feel super guilty about this. Remember, they didn't really want to bring Ghost into the whole business of, you know, trying to communicate with the Linnarians and trying to get closer and gather clues. I feel like because that's a little bit more complicated than just straight up slashing and hacking a Linnarian. Like, you've actually got to get close to them, which increases the risk of capture. Okay, here come the arrows. You'll get your chance soon enough. Yeah. Oh, what is the other gem? What are they capable of? I'll be watching for it too. Yeah. Hang in there. Yeah, you know, you've always been here. This black crystal inside me. Black crystal. You're violent and self-centered, an incorrigible nuisance. Lapis isn't coming back and are always causing trouble for every gem. I always thought all of that was your fault. Wow, okay, this is not a very complimentary description of this other gem. I know. Haha, I guess you would. And I really hate that about you too. I'm so sick of being stuck with you. But today, I'm glad you're here. After they tear me off of you... What the... I want you to protect Phos. Okay. Oh no, this is not okay. What? Ghost. Okay, there's Sensei and some other gems. What? Why would you say that? See, helps on the way. Wait. Oh my goodness, there's like two sets of eyes there. So is that the gem that's sort of buried inside? Just it coming out because of all the shards that are dropping off of Ghost? Oh, this is awful. Hey. Hey, answer me. Are they just making off with Ghost Quartzes? Okay, so something dropped into the sea. Is that the black crystal? The gem inside? Kind of reaching out a really deformed hand. End of chapter 37. Sorry, just. What just happened? Did we lose Ghost already? And so all that's left is the crystal inside that was dropped out because Ghost was being smashed to pieces. And that's Phos's legs. Wait, no. Ghost Quartz is still here, right? Chapter 38, Ghost Quartz. Hang on, sorry, I just have to backpedal a little bit. This was so insane, guys. Like, that just went so hard, so quick. That conversation, though, between Ghost and the gem inside, it almost. That was like Ghost being like, I'm done for. You have to protect Phos now. Okay. Chapter 38, Ghost Quartz. That is Phos. And Retail just doing their thing. Yep. What is Phos reaching out for? Where's Ghost? With Sensei. Oh good, Ghost is okay. What a relief. I'm so glad. Ghost is not okay. What are those looks? Ghost. Oh, it's just the crystal that's left, right? I'm so sorry. I'm really glad you're okay. No, seriously, this is a huge relief. Ghost? That is you, isn't it? Oh, was this the gem that was on the cover? So it wasn't Antark, it was whoever this is. That's a punch. Smash. Huh? Sensei. Back on the hospital bed. Sigh. That was freaky. What a dream. What? Was that a dream? What is happening? Was it a dream? there was this gem and the hair was different, but the socks were folded the same way, so I was sure it was Ghost, but when I ran over to talk, it was some black gem I'd never seen before, and then I got punched in the face. Ghost is here, right? Yes. With Sensei? That's right. Just like my dream. Wait, what is happening? Did that happen or not? You're not gonna say anything? Would you know how to explain it? Okay, Jade and Rutil are acting as though that actually happened, but Phos is just lost. Would Phos just thought it was a dream? Or it was a memory that they've somehow lost? Or I don't know. I'm really confused. Go. Huh? The same socks. Oh, so they are like literally a black crystal. I thought that was some kind of metaphor for the darkness of them, like their violence and their impulsiveness, but no, they are physically black. Smash. Oh, what? That dream again? Scary. The same gem. So creepy. Whoa, are we stuck in some kind of time loop? They're there. Are you awake now? Ah. Ghost. What? Oh, okay. Wait, are they also called ghosts? So it's sort of like an alter personality. You mustn't hit your fellow gems. You even startled me. But Sensei, this imbecile. I said no hitting and I meant it. Phos, you know that ghost is made of 2 different crystals, don't you? Phos? Oh, Phos. For all of their being so powerful with their alloy, they're still a little scaredy cat. Well, I mean, can't blame them. They've been punched several times now. Yes, Sensei, I can hear you. Everything is fine. Well, alright then. The outer ghost, the gem you knew, was torn off in a fierce onslaught. And is now on the moon. Damn it. Oh, that is such an interesting twist to losing gems to the moon, because technically Ghost is still here. It's just their other personality was stripped away and taken. The one that we fell for in the last few chapters. Or that I fell for anyway. So essentially it is like losing a gem. It was your fault. If your cockiness hadn't gotten you smashed into, you wouldn't have needed our protection. You want to know how the Lunarians communicate? I don't know if you're trying to talk to them or what, but you'll never pull it off, so forget about it. Leave the Lunarian research to the fanatic. Oh, pan to Lex. Oh, okay, just a side note. It's a little bit sad that people view Alexandrite as like the fanatic, the, Lunarian obsessive, when really they're just trying to, get an upper hand. And also dealing with the grief of losing a partner to the Lunarians too. And also trying to look for, something that will help them cure, I guess, themselves of their condition of turning into Red Alex. Anyway, from now on, you will follow my orders until we retrieve every piece of my other half and you apologize. You'll get no forgiveness from me. Ooh, I mean, to be fair, Phos is probably thinking the same thing because they're so guilt-ridden that they've actually lost Ghost, well, part of Ghost, the part they knew. Ghost, you shouldn't lay all the blame on Phos. You're too forgiving, Sensei. The idiot keeps trying to get away with everything because you keep cuddling the little baby. If you don't lay down any boundaries, this is only going to happen again. I agree that this is my fault. Do it again. Yeah. Hit me again, maybe this is another dream. Oh, no. Don't think I'm gonna spoil you too. No trampling either. Ah, man. Yep. Okay, so basically, my worst fear eventualized, and Phos has lost another partner. And now they're left with this other ghost who hates them. Not without reason, but oh man. Okay, so their weapon is like a scythe? I guess that's the relationship dynamic they've settled into. I guess so. Do you think Phos feels guilty? I don't really like to say these things, but in less than a year, we've lost 2 gems after they were paired with Phos. Oh, I mean, okay, the other gem, they would know all about that. Yellow, right? They've lost 4, I think. So, oh man. I hope Yellow and Phos do some kind of decompressing session or de-stressing or therapy session together. I think they need each other right now. Oh noble ghost, what is this? They're groveling. Will you not apply powder to obfuscate your honorable shine? Sensei told me to keep my light absorption ratio up so that my new left arm can assimilate faster. Oh. So the powder sort of lowers their light absorption abilities? But never mind that. I hear you don't sleep at night. You're not looking into the Linnarians again, are you? No, perish the thought. My insomnia is just a silly little condition of mine. Which her insomnia is really like a lingering after effect of guilt, right? Because it started when Antark was taken and they just refused to sleep because they couldn't stop thinking about and seeing and hearing Antark, you know. I have made up my mind to live the remainder of my life as your absent left arm, honourable ghost. My, what a thought. Leave the Linnarian research to the fanatic, by all means. What did Alex find? As for your pitch black luster, I find it quite satisfactory. You're mocking me, aren't you? They're opposite colours, but sometimes I see a resemblance. Oh man. So I wasn't crazy to think that this ghost was Antar, because oh, but it's like night and day, right? Like Antark is so sweet. I mean, very blunt like Ghost, but underneath all of that was true sympathy and kindness and a patience to teach Phos. And they would never consider stepping on Phos's head. Oh no, what is this gonna do to Phos's relationship with them? Like, are they I feel like they're gonna overcompensate for what they caused Ghost to go through. And part of that is because it's like, oh, this is their chance to make up for Antark as well. It's just never ending pain. Lunarians, ugh. I wanted to find them first. Hey, what do you think you're doing? I'm afraid they'll take you away, Antark. What? Is Phos hallucinating or what? I I feel like my jaw has dropped way more times than any other reading I've done so far. This is just, what is happening? What is Phos going into some kind of like memory shock where the sight of this version of Ghost is just triggering all of these memories of Antark, and suddenly they feel like this is Antark? Oh, mate, this is okay. Can I handle another chapter? Okay, no, we gotta do this. We're going to chapter 40 today, so. Alright, I had to take a quick break. There's just so much insanity that I had to just breathe. Alright, I have a drink now. Okay, let's do this. Chapter 39, Self-Admonition. What is happening to you, Phos? What did you say? Huh? I'm afraid they'll take you away, Antark. Oh my god. Why won't they snap out of it? You're the one I'm afraid of. What are they doing to Ghost? They're just encasing them in the gold so that they can't move or won't go away. I don't know what Phos is thinking. I don't even know if Phos knows what they're thinking. Oh, they literally encase them in like a prison of gold to protect them. Do you hear a weird sound? Huh? Like a dragging? I guess they hadn't settled yet. No. Okay, so for these 4 gems, fighting the Lunarian. Phos? What's that? Oh, you know, we wouldn't want Antup to get caught. What? Oh, that's watermelon. Just a. Hey, Melon, what are you doing? It's that. It's that golden box that was surrounding Phos when Antark was being taken and they did that swish thing. Oh my goodness, this is like trauma just suddenly being exploding out of Phos's brain, and this is sort of their like reaction to it and the way to deal with it. Look, Phos, this rock's not Antark, it's Ghost. Rock? You're right. And Phos, are you touching Ghost directly? Is that a good idea? You're falling apart. Oh, I'm fine. Ghost, Antark. It doesn't matter. Oh, I forget. Yeah, so I keep forgetting that Phos's original like 3.5 hardness is very low, and so when they come into contact with other gems, they kind of bits of them fall off. As does using their elongation of their arms. Like whenever they activate their alloy, it also causes bits of them to fall off. The point is, I don't want anyone getting captured because of me. Watermelon trying to be cool about this. I see. Excuse me, Phos. We're a little busy here. Can that confusing stuff wait? They're like, please don't have a mental breakdown on us now, right at this point in time. We cannot handle. Oh my gosh, this is like a really seriously like a full mental breakdown. You understand, right, Antark? I'm not Antark. Wait, so they're talking to everyone now like they're Antark? Basically, any possible gem that could be taken by the Lunarians is Antark. Oh my god, this is so bad. I can't figure out the secret either. I can't undo what's been done. Gloop. After all I've tried, nothing ever. Oh, no. This is that thing that happens when they get so over emotional and the alloy just completely overtakes their body, and I don't think their original material can handle all that pressure. They're gonna ruin themselves. What are they becoming? They turned into Spikehead. What is happening? They're holding parts of themselves. King. The alloy, it looks like it's grabbing pieces of Phos and crushing them. Whatever it's doing, we have to stop it. The alloy stopped working the other day when Phos was split in two. Jade! Is the alloy like taking on its own mind right now? Like, you want me to do it? Wouldn't blood be better for this kind of... If all the pieces are ground into powder, it will be a nightmare to recover and repair them. And I just pulled 5 all-nighters. Retail thinking about, oh man, this is gonna fall onto my plate and I'm already super busy, so make this easier for me, Jade. Hurry! This is insane. This is really insane. Why is the alloy trying to get rid of the original Phos? Phos, I'm sorry. Oh my god. So the only way to stop the alloy from acting up is to basically dissect Phos. Chop them into 2. I mean, that's quick thinking on Retail's part, but that is absolutely... What choice do they have? Sensei just showing up at the right time. What does that look? I mean, I think it's sadness, but does he know what's happening? I don't think he knows either. Look at them. They're just so destroyed. And Ghost is like, probably like, what the heck? Maybe I shouldn't have tried, punching this person. Man, we're going into the hospital, the clinic a lot this volume. Your body is a complex patchwork of an unprecedented 5 types of prosthesis. I barely know the first thing about it. Could you please avoid situations that are likely to get you smashed? The second I wake up, I'm getting lectured. Scoot over, Padparach, I'm sleeping with you. Knock it off. So it seems like they're kind of restored to their normal mental state and they're fine now. I mean, who knows? Obviously, clearly they're not fine, but at the moment they seem to have sort of recovered their senses. Jade was traumatized after having to hit you. And I hate to admit it, but honestly, I'm not sure I can fix you every time. Ooh, this is like Rutil, the self-professed best doctor admitting that they can't do something. You've gotten stronger, but that comes with its own consequences and responsibilities. You have to think before you act. Going bonkers isn't going to bring them back. That's some sharp piece of advice there from Rutil. I'm not sure though if it was completely in Phos's control. Sometimes you're just under so much stress and like sadness that it just kind of breaks your mind and you just act out. That's true. Oh, so going bonkers isn't going to bring them back, was said by Ghost. Okay. That's true. You've already lost your arms and legs. If you lose your sanity too, you'll be even more useless. You're exactly right. Even more useless. A hark back to the good old days when Phos was useless, but at least, they weren't traumatized to the point of breaking their mind. If it gets to be more than you can stand, go ahead and call me Antark, Ghost, whatever you want. No, that is so bad. Oh god, I don't know. I have a bit of mixed feelings on that. Like, it's better if they deal with the reality that Antark is gone. And also, Ghost deserves to be their own person too, like not as just like a replacement, a fake replacement for another gem. I love the focus on their feet and Ghost and Antark Ghost and Phos just standing next to each other. I'm pretty sure I have these hallucinations because I want to see them, or because of this childish desire to have someone else fix everything. But I figured it out now, so I won't do it anymore. I can cut you a little bit of slack, but it's hard on you too, Lapis and Ghost. You've lost 2 partners too. It's not hard. But I'm tired of praying. It's not hard, but I'm tired of praying. That is an interesting way to express the situation. I guess, the way that Ghost deals with the loss is very different to Phos. Like, it's not that they don't want their partners back. Obviously, they suffered a great deal when they were taken, but I guess they kind of just, get on with the job and... But I don't know. They were part of Ghost, like the other Ghost, for such a long time. I have a lot of thoughts about Ghost, and because how did they come to be integrated? Did they not come out as, one entity? So is this the first time that this ghost has actually been out in the open and been in full control of like their body and stuff? That's, I don't know. I'll have to, if anyone knows, please let me know. Sensei, what are you playing with? Clack. It's snowing. Oh, it's hail. That's why. End of chapter 39. Chapter 40, a name. What's in a name? It's been hailing the last few nights. Whose foot is that? That's not Phos. Winter is coming. Yeah. Winter is coming already. Oh no. I'm thinking of taking winter duty this year. Because that's... Oh no. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that winter would trigger so many memories and trauma. No, they're already talking about having everyone do it in shifts. Don't jump ahead. Yeah, good point. You're awfully cheery all of a sudden. That's scary in its own way. Agreed. Alright, racy to the west coast. Listen, you're overcompensating. Very, very highly obvious, and I'm glad that Ghost kind of calls it out. Oh man, winter has to be such a hard time for Phos. It's kind of when it all really started. that moon where Antark is. Phos, are you feeling better? Should you be running like that? Yep, I'm okay now. Now I'm worried. Huh? Yeah, everyone's just like, stop smiling. You're smiling too much. From now on, I'm going to be more of a team player. It's a new morning and a new me. Let's all be friends, okay? I think you've lost it. Ah, ew, get away. Let's all be friends. I do not know how to feel about this. I mean, I've always said, like, I want a happy Phos. Like, I miss the happy Phos, one with a smile on their face all the time. But this happy Phos feels real forced. And, like, almost like a precipitator of doom and disaster. Like, this is the calm before the storm, you know? Ahaha. Okay, we'll just take that to mean you're fine. Right, Ghost? Ghost knows what's up, man. I don't know. As things stand now, I'll never uncover the secrets of Sensei and the Lunarians. Okay, here we go. The true story. And I can't go on causing trouble for the other gems. I need to be more careful, more calm. I need to think of a safe, sure, perfect way to do this. And until I have one, I'll bury it. Deep, deep down until it dissolves. Yeah. See, oh, and they're thinking of Cinnabar. I guess they're kind of thinking about Cinnabar's words about, you know, what's your plan? You know, once you uncover the truth, what are you going to do? Like, how are you going to handle Sensei and all the other gems? This is so bad, man. This is just, I could just see this track to, I don't know, not self-destruction, but it's very unhealthy how Phos is handling this. And it's true because they can't really turn to any of the other gems for help other than Cinnabar, and Cinnabar has not shown in any real interest in supporting them in this endeavor. That moon. Oh yeah. Come here. What? Come here. What are you doing? Dash. Phos is just like those puffkins. Oh, is that what they're calling them? Puffkins? This brings back memories. The year is ending. I said, what? Hey, don't run from me. So, Phos, externally reverting back to the baby Phos, the playful Phos, is all an extreme ploy to get them to sort of lower their guard and not worry so much about them and to sort of fly under the radar. That is a big brain move, I have to say, but it's going to put a lot of strain on their sanity, I feel like. Sensei, if it's possible, what do you think about calling this gem by a new, more fitting name until Ghost comes back? They never had their own name. Well, I guess why would they? Because they were sort of two in one. But, what do you think? Do you want a new name? Whatever, either way. Oh, that menacing head pat. He's like rubbing the gem hair to make it shine, and Phos is confused. It's just a reflection. This decision thing is getting to be a bad habit. Oh, Phos was like, what is he doing to them? Oh my goodness, this is actually, their suspicion has evolved beyond the point of oh, there's something weird going on with Sensei and Lunarians, I don't really know what that is, to maybe he's actively working against our interests and he's just pretending to be this kind, loving father figure, but really he's actually exploiting us. Ooh. That's a pretty big stage in the evolution of Phos's suspicion. I need to stop that. Okay. Cairngorm. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but yeah, I'm gonna say Cairngorm for now. Cairngorm. Cairngorm. The two airheaded diamonds. I like Cairngorm. Love her. That's so cute. God, I feel like this is the first cute moment we've had in a long time in this volume so far. Cairngorm! Where's Bort? I can't see Bort there. Yes! Very good, everyone! Does everyone have to memorize? Does everyone have it memorized now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Cairngorm! Gasp! Bort and Zircon aren't here. Oh, okay, that's why. They won't do at all. Oh, this won't do at all. Phos is sure excited. And Ghost, I mean, Cairngorm is like too much. Maybe being stuck inside Ghost was the better option. Now I have to deal with this crazy bunch of gems. I'm starting to get excited too. It's like we're finally seeing the real Phos again. Yeah, it's been weird with all that angst. Yeah. It's like the old Phos is back. I love that this dialogue has so many layers of irony wrapped around it. Oh man. Despite all the enthusiasm, Phos seems to be more collected now. Even Retail is buying it. I guess all your yelling helped the poor gem sweat out all those negative feelings. It's like there are finally some strong emotions housed inside that strong body. Way to domesticate him. Domesticate? You've led Phos to a good place. I'm sure Ghost would be proud. Oh, the way Retail put it is interesting. Like there are finally some strong emotions housed inside that strong body. So I guess they were talking about how after losing Antark, that was when Phos really started to shut down and just become this cold, almost like an empty husk of what Antark was. So Antark, but minus the warmth and the, you know, the simple but I guess satisfied outlook in life. If even Retail is buying Phos's, you know, act, I think Phos is doing a pretty good job. Oh, the deception. I did it. I got Bot to say it too. It took some doing, but hearing it from Bot really gave it some gravitas. What? Say it. Oh my goodness. Bot is just like, just let me fight with my katanas. I don't care about anything else. Yeah, it's a good name. It sounds serious and tough. Cairngorm. I know I told you to call me whatever you want, but now that you gave me a new name, it feels like Ghost is really, truly gone. Oh, just another one of those mixed bag of feeling things, you know? Like, it's good that they now have their own identity and name and they're their own person now, but attaining that means that they've had to really let go of Ghost, who was a part of them for so long, and accepting fully the reality that they have been taken to the moon. Should I not use it? No. Being in charge of the convalescent center, there was something Ghost and I both kept pretending we hadn't noticed. We get a few fragments here and there when the Linnarians felt like dropping them. But we've never gotten enough to revive a single gem. Wait, are those the parts of Sensei? It's a good name. It sounds serious and tough. I'll be holding the fort down here for a long time. It's gonna get boring. Maybe I should try something new. Like, I don't know, signing up for winter duty. I can always feel Phos being like, oh man. Okay, sorry, I just want to go back to the part where Cairngorm is now talking about how the Linnarians would drop pieces of them. And they're both pretending like they hadn't noticed. So I guess maybe all they're just saying really is that it was depressing that they could never gather enough pieces for them to actually bring back a gem that had been taken, and it was sort of like a useless, almost a fruitless mission. But now that, you know, they've been given this new role and they're partnered up with Phos, they feel like they can, you know, move on from that mission and do something like winter duty. It's the end of chapter 40. These few chapters, wow, there was so much that was traumatizing about what happened, and a lot of it served to push Phos further along the path of guilt and of mental strain, but also determination to commit even more to finding out the truth of Sensei and the Linnarians. First off, we lost Ghost. I had a feeling that that was going to happen, and I pushed that feeling down because I really didn't want it to happen, but then it did. And the way that it happened was particularly heartbreaking, because not only did it kind of break Phos that much more, but also, like, we had that last conversation between Ghost and with the now named gem Cairngorm. That conversation was like, you know, they've had a relationship for the last, I don't know how many years, hundreds of years, let's say. And all of that was forced to unravel, and they were being forced apart in a very, very short amount of time. And they had to sort of make peace with each other very, very quickly. And Ghost telling Cairngorm that despite almost hating that they were stuck together for so long, that in that moment of desperation and of final separation, they were glad that Cairngorm was there to fight alongside them. And that just broke my heart. I would have loved to see more of what it was like for the both of them to be together. Not that we can't extrapolate it from what we've already gotten from Ghost. We do know that Ghost trusted Cairngorm enough to ask them to protect Phos after sacrificing themselves, and also Cairngorm eventually came through on that. Sure, they had to, you know, beat up on Phos a couple of times in the beginning and not willing to forgive them for what they had done, but Cairngorm eventually came around to Phos, and now they're actually willing to be a good partner to them. In return, Phos initiated the whole giving them a proper name and an identity, you know, hyping up the other gems to get to know this new gem. Something that was very clearly important to Cairngorm without them knowing that it was important to them. So at the beginning, you know how Cairngorm was all like, you know, just call me whatever you want. Call me Antark, Ghost, whatever, you know, helps you. But by the end of it all, they're like, I actually like my new name, and it's like they do want to live their own gem life and to find their place in the society. Yeah, I said in return in quotations because obviously this is all just part of Phos's bigger plan to look completely normal and fine and to trick everyone into thinking that, oh, they've reverted back to old Phos. All of this is really Phos exercising deception so as to deflect any suspicion away from what they're actually trying to do, which is to still keep searching for clues and to uncover why Sensei is so sus. And then finally, that whole sequence with Phos suddenly grabbing Cairngorm by the neck and then encasing them in gold to protect them from getting taken by the Lunarians was really scary. And then afterwards, like calling them and really every other gem that they came across Antark, that was just yeah, it was disturbing. I don't really know if there's a better word to describe it. What a way to show how scarred Phos still is from losing Antark and Ghost, and basically by extension every other gem that's been taken. I do know, and I'm preparing myself mentally because I know that this is just the beginning of Phos's slide, I guess, into not madness, but some kind of even darker place that I fear they will never really be able to return from. So that is it for this reading. I just wanted to say thank you guys for sticking with me on this crazy journey. To be honest, when I started these manga reactions, I really wasn't sure how many people would actually be interested. I thought maybe like two or three of you, you know, those of you who had gotten in touch as I was reacting to the anime. But yeah, it is awesome to have a bunch of you along for this trip. And I love interacting with you all in the comments and just hearing out different theories and thoughts. So even if you don't comment, I just appreciate you watching along. So yeah, thank you again for making the experience of reading Houseki no Kuni so cool and so much more interesting than what it would have been if I'd just read it on my own. And I cannot wait to see you guys for the next reading for some more crazy stuff to happen, I'm sure. Yeah, so until then, be good and take care.